Hi, I'm Owen.
And I'm Olivia.
And we are from WARS. Today we are going to be talking about drones, arm injuries, flying cars, volcanoes, and weird ocean animals.
And now we go to Owen with his report on drones.
Thanks, Olivia. Hi, I'm Owen, and I'm here to tell you about drones. Drones aren't just something you just pick up and do. It is something that takes time to master. Take it from me. Let me just say it is awesome. Have you ever wondered what the most popular drone is? It is the Phantom 2 Vision Plus. I didn't know that until I did this research. This #1 drone is sold for $699. Wow, that's a lot of money, isn't it? Some drones have the wingspan of 100 feet. Dang, that's big. Have you ever wondered what the smallest drone is? The smallest drone in the world is the nano drone, which is 2 inches across and only 3/4 of an inch tall. Did you know that some drones are saving many people? Another use for drones is in the military. There are many Navy ships equipped with many of these drones. There are some drones that fit into a backpack, which is helpful because they are easier to carry on a mission. Did you know the first armed drone was created in Pakistan? As I said at the beginning of my report, drones are very hard to pilot. Even military professionals still sometimes crash them. In the military, there are 19 men on the ground watching the drone fly into danger zones, not just one man at the command base. They use drones in Afghanistan. They spend $2,500 to $3,500 to make a military drone. This seems very expensive, even though it's an advanced drone for the military. That's all for today. Back to you, Olivia.
Wow, I never knew that much about drones, but now I do.
And now let's throw it on over to Liam with his interview on arm injuries.
Thanks, Owen. Hi, I'm Liam Stott from WARS, and today we're going to talk about pitcher arm injuries. According to Will Carroll of MLB.com, a study that he conducted proves that 1/3 of Major League pitchers that pitched on opening day had to have Tommy John surgery at some point this season. To tell you more about arm injuries, I asked youth baseball coach, my dad, Ken Stott, to talk more about pitchers and their arm injuries. Do you think that pitching at speeds like the majors are is the main reason of damage to the rotator cuff?
Well, let me start by saying thank you for inviting me here today to this interview and allowing me to answer these questions on such a big problem, I think, that exists in all of sports and not just baseball. But your question was about major league speeds, and I think it has a small role in how arms can get ripped apart. I think it actually boils down to mechanics at the end of the day, and that's why we start at the youth level to teach these kids the fundamentals and really drive them home until the point that they're bored with the skill, so that as they develop and get older and get used to the bigger fields, that their body develops with them. So I think it has a small part in it. I don't think that the major league speeds is completely the problem, though.
Do you think that we are not taking enough action into this problem?
As in we, do you mean coaches?
I mean like
Major League Baseball?
Like everyone,
yeah.
Safety-wise.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of effort nowadays in safety in sports, especially at the youth level. But as you know, you're a very big fan, I understand, of sports, so you understand at the major level that these guys get paid quite a bit of money. And they understand the risk that is involved with the wear and tear on their bodies. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it. I mean, look at Tom Brady. He takes care of himself better than any other athlete that I've ever come to know about. His diet, and he's almost he's over 40 years old, or almost 40 years old, and he's going to his probably his 7th Super Bowl this year. Something to be said about that. As a matter of fact, three of the final quarterbacks in the top 4 are all over the age of 36. So something to be said about that, and it goes back to their mechanics as a kid. I believe that the real problem develops with the actual player himself. I think that all the precautions are out there. I think we have all the evidence on how to avoid these injuries, but as long as they're going to keep getting paid this money to play a game that they love, they're not really going to care. And I don't think the rest of the country is going to care either.
Okay. There are reasons guys end up tearing their ulnar collateral ligament or end up with repetitive trauma to the rotator cuff. There are mechanical explanations for all these things, and we haven't spent a whole lot of time trying to figure out what those reasons are, says Dr. Marcus Elliott of MLB.com. Do you think this is true?
I do think that is true.
Why?
Well, it kind of goes off to that last question you asked me, which was a perfect segue to this question. Great job. It goes back to, it really goes back to the pitcher itself, the pitcher himself. And like I said, there are people who to go to school for sports medicine and specifically for the rotator cuff and for your shoulder and for your elbow. And everything is out there to avoid this, but as long as we have a sport that pays millions of dollars to throw a baseball, nothing's gonna change.
Do you think that pitching is dangerous to the arm?
I certainly do, yes.
Why?
Well, all the reasons we're talking about today. Tommy John surgery. You mentioned 30% of last year's starting pitchers.
1/3.
Yeah. 1/3, so that's roughly 33%, right? That's an incredible number, and that has to do with the wear and tear on the arm. Absolutely, I do think it is dangerous to the arm. Absolutely.
What is the most common pitcher injury?
Oh, sore shoulder, absolutely, no question. That's why you take 5 days off. I mean, even at your level, Liam, I'm sure the pitchers that you know don't pitch every day. You have to rest the arm. And going back to being a youth baseball coach, it's so important to teach them fundamentals so that they can avoid these arm injuries. Like, that's why we don't teach kids your age to throw a curveball, even though you try every single day in practice. And that's why we tell you to go over the top and grab 4 seams and throw it right down the middle to avoid any complications in the future.
Do you think that it is unsafe for kids to pitch?
I do not. And I think it goes down to the coaching and making sure that we put kids where they should be put in safe positions and have fun at a sport that they're trying to play. And not all kids can pitch. You've seen that as you get older, I'm sure, that some seem to have it and some don't. The more fundamentally sound pitchers, are the ones that seem to pitch, and the speed develops as they get older. The ones who throw it from their side or don't go over the top or don't listen don't end up pitching anyway, because it's not fun.
What is so dangerous about pitching?
Well, I think it's just the repetitive motion on that one spot on your arm, similar to being a quarterback in football, or even like Rob Gronkowski. You know, he can go to the other end of the body with his leg. You know, to avoid injuries like that, you can't do it in football. So in baseball, it's the same thing. It's just a repetitive beating down of your body to play a sport that you love for a lot of money.
Thanks, Mr. Stott. I didn't know half of that stuff. Back to you guys in the studio.
Wow, I never knew that pitching can hurt the arm. And now for a break, we see the Lunchy Munchy lunch tray. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Kira. Hi, I'm Angie.
Hi, I'm Liam.
Hi, I'm Owen. This is the Lunchy Munchy lunch tray.
The Lunchy Munchy lunch tray is made for carrying your lunch easily throughout the cafeteria.
It carries your main meal, your milk, and 2 sides. And it has walls in case you don't have room for any other sides that you have.
All our food fell out, so we added the walls and we got a result of big differences.
It helps people with crutches not just carry their lunchbox or have a friend carry it for them, because it has walls, and if you're not getting hot lunch, then you can just put your cold lunch from your lunchbox into the Lunchy Munchy lunch tray. It helps people solve problems like their lunch tray falling out of their hands, or having to bend over carrying their lunch tray because it fell over.
The Lunchy Munchy lunch tray is way better than a backpack because 1, you can't carry a lunch tray on your backpack, and 2, when you sit down, if you have cold lunch, it'd be hard to reach into your backpack to get your lunchbox. So the Lunchy Munchy lunch tray solves all of those problems.
I hope you enjoyed the Lunchy Lunchy lunch tray.
Now we flying over to Alyssa with flying cars.
Thanks, Owen. Hi, I'm Alyssa, and I'm here to talk about flying cars. Here's my question. Will flying cars be the next available form of transportation? Affordable cars for general population have allowed us to move farther away from cities but still work in the city. Wouldn't it be amazing to be able to fly your car to work or school every day? Planes are too expensive to use to fly to school every day. How many people out there can afford a private jet? In the last century, airplanes and cars have changed the way we live. Imagine a world where you can combine the convenience of a plane and affordability of a car. You probably heard promises about flying cars before. The technology made them safe and easy to fly may finally be here. In the 18th century, people tried to develop a gliding horse, but it failed. I think flying cars would be cool, and I hope they will use it during my lifetime. Now here's my interview with an auto shop owner and engineer, Brian West. How old were you when you're interested in cars?
When I was little, probably 4 or 5.
What do you like about working on cars?
Trying to get them to run good. It's very noisy in a garage. Can you hear the noise?
What is your favorite kind of car?
What did you say?
What is your favorite kind of car?
My favorite type of car is probably a super modified race car.
What is your biggest challenge working on cars?
I'm trying to get them to go fast.
What do you think cars will be like in the future?
They'll probably fly.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll be flying around.
Thank you, Mr. West.
You're welcome.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Now let's erect on over to Riley with her report on volcanoes.
Thank you, Olivia. Hi, I'm Riley Wilk from WARS, and I research volcanoes. Volcanoes can be extremely dangerous and deadly, but they are interesting. As a volcano erupts, the mountain actually gets larger. A volcano erupts when the mantle, which is rock deep in the Earth's crust, melts. The molten rock makes its way up to the Earth's surface and explodes or flows at vents in the Earth's crust. When magma comes out of the crater, it's called lava. If the magma is thicker, gases get trapped and the magma builds up until it explodes out violently. If the magma is more runny and thin, it can erupt easily, which results in a lava flow. Layers of ash and lava harden, making the mountain bigger. A lot of the volcanoes in the world are located in the Ring of Fire. There are more than 450 active ones there, and 90% of the 16 most powerful volcanic eruptions occurred there. The Ring of Fire isn't really a ring. It's more of a horseshoe shape bordering the Pacific Ocean. Volcanoes can be extremely destructive. When a volcano erupts, ash and smoke puffs up and can cause dangerous climate changes. When magma erupts, the lava can end up exploding and traveling very far away from the volcano. But those aren't the only types of volcanoes there are. Shield volcanoes occur when the lava flows most often. Since the lava flows downwards, the lava hardens down too. The volcano is flat and resembles a warrior shield. Even the once peaceful volcano, Mount St. Helens, ended up being one of the most deadly eruptions. I hope you learned a lot about volcanoes. Back to you in the studio.
The Ring of Fire sounds cool. Now let's take a break and see the toolbox. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Melissa.
Hi, I'm Sarah. Hi, I'm Nicole.
And our product is the toolbox. The toolbox helps you carry pens, pencils, sharpeners, glue sticks, and many more items. You could also put a glass case in here.
This is much more helpful than a backpack because it's lighter and you can put many more stuff in it.
Watch as Sarah walks with her crutches.
Now let's swim over to Olivia with her report on weird ocean animals.
Thank you, Owen. Hi, I'm Olivia, and today I'll be talking about 3 weird ocean animals: the Christmas tree worm, the frilled shark, and the squirrelfish. First, let's talk about the Christmas tree worm. The Christmas tree worm is found in the Great Barrier Reef's Lizard Island. It can be many different colors, such as yellow, red, orange, blue, or white. The branches are actually the worm's breathing and eating apparatus. Cool, right?
The worm itself lives in a tube in the center. This creature can withdraw its tree-like crowns if threatened. They can grow up to 1.5 inches. Isn't that small? These creatures can live up to 40 years, which is old for most ocean animals. The worms live on tropical coral reefs in shallow waters less than 100 feet deep, but they seem to prefer living among certain coral species. The Christmas tree worm is a very shy creature. They feed on plankton and organic matter. Now here are some facts about the frilled shark. Let's start with its teeth. It has 300 small sharp teeth. They eat squid, other sharks, and bony fish. This shark can grow up to 5.3 feet long. It has 6 gill slits, which is how they breathe. The head is very lizard-like, as you can see from this picture. The shark can be found in Norway, northern Scotland, western Ireland, in the eastern part of the Pacific off of southern California, northern Chile, and the western part of the Pacific off of southeast Japan, eastern Australia, and New Zealand. But they prefer to stay 500 feet below the surface, so you probably won't see them. Last but not least, this sea animal can be dark chocolate brown, brownish gray, or brownish black. Finally, let's talk about the squirrelfish. Strange name, right? Here are some of the characteristics this sea creature has. They are called squirrelfish because they can make squirrel-like noises. This fish has very big eyes. It also makes noises to scare off predators. They are very colorful and are mostly red and marked with yellow, black, or white. They are also edible, but I wouldn't want to eat it. They have very spiny fins and prickly scales. Finally, they are mostly active at night. Thanks for watching.
Wow, those animals sure are weird, and I wish I could see them. That's all for today. See you next time on WARS.
Hi, I'm Angelina.
My name is Riley.
And welcome to WZBA. Today we'll be talking about STEM inventions,
STEM stands for Science, Technology.
engineering, and mathematics.
Now here is AJ talking about earthquakes.
Thanks. Hi, I'm AJ, and I'm going to tell you about earthquakes. Earthquakes are natural disasters like meteors and eruptions. Scientists believe that earthquakes are caused when two pieces of Earth, each of Earth, slide past each other or over each other. They also believe the thin mantle moves slowly above the Earth's core. If a big enough earthquake hits the ocean, a tsunami might happen. A tsunami is a very big wave. Recently, a 7.1 magnitude earthquake hit Alaska. There were no reports of damage or injuries. Did you know earthquakes are common to Hawaii because it didn't rain far? They're also common to California. A few years ago, an earthquake hit Stop, Drop, and Cover. One less interesting fact: earthquakes every year. 40 to 50,000 earthquakes are strong enough to be felt. Only about 40 earthquakes can do damage. I also have another thing: earthquakes can hit anywhere. Thanks for watching. Now back to you.
Awesome report, AJ.
I had no idea that a tsunami could happen over an earthquake.
Now let's hear some exciting facts from Nathan about future iPhones.
Thanks, Angie. Hi, my name is Nate from the WZBA, and today I'm going to tell you about the iPhone 7 that is coming out September 2016. They are also going to make the iPhone 7C and 7S and the iPhone 8 scheduled to come out in 2017, but they don't know what changes they'll be making yet. The iPhone 7 is going to be double the screen size and a few inches longer than the 6. The 7 is going to get rid of the headphone jack, so all headphones are going to have to be wireless. The notifications are going to be on the side of the iPhone 7, like my graphic shows. There are going to be many more upgrades. The 7 will transfer data using smart LED lights. They flash so fast you can't even see them. You can download an HD film in a few seconds. The iPhone 7 price is going to be $539 for 16 gigabyte and $619 for 128 gigabyte, and so forth. The colors you can get are silver, gold, space gray, and rose gold. They are also expecting iOS 10, but there's no exact date yet. I can't wait to see what they are going to do with iPhones in the future. That's it for today. Back to you, Angie.
I didn't know they were making more iPhones. Riley, we forgot about our meeting.
Angie, you're right. Cut to commercial.
Hi, I'm Caden. Hi, I'm Nathan. Hi, I'm Tyler. Hi, I'm AJ, and this is
the wheelchair mobile?
It solves a binder, folders, pencils, yeah, and a lot of other stuff.
And like it's for people like that are in wheelchairs, and like we had to make like more tape so that like it could hold it up.
And then we just decorated the boxes.
We had to we punched some holes in it with a hole puncher and tied it up with string. And in the changes we pretty much made was that we added more string after. This is what they would do, like this. That's what they would do if they needed to get stuff out.
Now let's bounce over to Cam with amazing facts about the creators of Instagram.
Thank you, Riley. Hello, my name is Cam, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the creators of Instagram. The creators of Instagram are Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger. Instagram was launched on April 6, 2010 as an iPhone app. Instagram is a very popular app. They created Instagram so people could share photos and videos. Instagram is a free mobile app. Since Instagram was launched, it has not changed a lot. They wanted to change and improve the way the world communicates and shares, so they created Instagram. Kevin also wanted to improve photos and sharing on the internet. Instagram has more than 12.4 million active users. Kevin is working with Facebook to help Instagram grow. When Instagram got 10,000 users, Kevin said it was the best day of his life. They had a good time watching Instagram grow and get more popular. Back to you, Riley.
I didn't know that Instagram has more than 12.4 million active users.
Now let's hear from Tyler about one of the most played video games.
Minecraft at school. Minecraft is different than any other video game because the object is to construct, not tear down. Minecraft Edu is a school-ready remix of the original game. Minecraft is played by over 30 million people. Teachers have successfully used the game to teach history, math, art, science, music, and more. Back to you, Angie.
I know Minecraft was popular, but I didn't know they were allowed to play it in school. Now let's hear from Riley about the phone that's in a watch.
Thank you, Angie. I am here to tell you about Apple Watches. An Apple Watch comes in different colors. It comes with different decorations. You can change the wristband on your watch. You can change the size of the band. The Apple Watch has a camera, a stopwatch, a timer, and has the time. It also has a calendar. It has information like the weather, when the sun falls, an alarm, and the state and country you're in, just like an iPhone. It even has Siri. You can receive messages and phone calls on it. The Apple Watch is made by filling gold in ingots. Then you would have to put it in a machine to make it thicker, and that machine is called an index cutter face mill. Next, they have to harden it up with a machine called the roller press die. Then the ingots are placed in a tester. They would put a hole for the screen. Next, they would put it into a machine called the digital crown. Then they would put in a 3D machine. Finally, they would have it polished by hand. The watch was revealed September 2014. The Apple Watch was released April 24th. The creators of the Apple Watch are Steve Jobs, Johnny Ive, and other engineers and scientists. If you go to www.apple.com/watch/design, you will find out more about the Apple Watch. Back to you, Angie.
You can change your Apple Watch band? I had no idea.
Now, here is Angelina with hoverboards that aren't actually hoverboards.
Thank you, Riley. Today I'll be talking about the hoverboard that everyone is going crazy about. Did you know it was one of the best-selling Christmas gifts? There is one flaw, though, like there is to almost everything. It keeps exploding. It will most likely explode if it's plugged in and on, or if you bought it off Amazon or anywhere for $300 or less. Then it will most likely explode. Please don't leave your hoverboard charging unattended, because if it gets overheated, it will most likely explode because of the overheating battery. As almost everybody knows, it's not actually a hoverboard. It does not fly. You lean forward, it goes forward. You lean backwards, it goes backwards. You lean sideways, it goes sideways. The hoverboard has the same type of battery as a smartphone, tablet, and/or laptop. Professor Jay Weidacker says that the problem had nothing to do with the self-balancing scooters themselves, but the batteries being used. You know how everything is made in China these days? Well, so aren't the batteries being used in most of the exploding hoverboards. Shocking, right? The reason they're in most hoverboards is because they're super cheap. After a hoverboard explodes, it looks a little something like this. Some companies are planning to fix the problem by not selling the board altogether. The hoverboards are great to have, there are always flaws. Hope you enjoyed. Back to you, Riley.
Wow, I didn't know that hoverboard has the same battery as a phone.
That's our show. We hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.
Stay tuned for next week's show. Bye.
I'm Harrison.
And I'm Alicia.
And welcome to WXYZ. We have a lot for you today. We have solar cars, the creation of crayons, the art behind music, atomic bombs, how Facebook was created, and the Deflategate.
First, Harrison will be talking about the atomic bomb.
Thanks, Alicia. Atomic bombs are big and powerful. One atomic bomb can destroy all of Rhode Island and has the force of the center of the sun. They were made to end World War II, but ended up devastating China and Japan from overwhelming force in the bombs. If you were close enough to see an atomic bomb go off, but far away enough that the blast wouldn't hurt you, you would instantly be blinded from your retinas basically melting because of how bright the explosion was. And you would get a small dose of radiation poisoning that can give you almost every type of cancer. The best place to be is underground with hopefully cement around you. Atomic bombs were instantly retired after the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki from the devastation it brought on the cities. It's a scary concept to think of the people scarred from events like these, but it can actually help you if you need to survive one. But you need lots of supplies like water, food, gas masks, shelter, and much more, because if you go out after an explosion, you could get deathly sick and get radiation poisoning. So stay safe out there. Now back to you, Alicia.
Wow, I didn't know that an atomic bomb can instantly blind you.
Now let's talk social media with Marshall.
Thank you, Alicia and Harrison, and hello, my name is Marshall, and I'm going to be talking to you about how Facebook was made. Mark Zuckerberg was a 19-year-old sophomore who went to Harvard. He created a site called thefacebook.com and launched it out onto the internet on February 4th, 2004. After a week of his site being on the internet, 3 people that he went to school with accused Mark of stealing their ideas. The 3 people that he went to school with sued Mark and Facebook for stealing their ideas, and they brought the information to court. From 2004 to 2010, the Facebook.com became the most popular website in the U.S. Facebook is visited by about 400 million people every month. New information about Facebook was found by Silicon Alley Insider, and they think that some of the issues against Mark are untrue. This writer thinks that at one time in 2004, Mark hacked Facebook because it was shut down by the court of Massachusetts. In 2008, Mark's case was released from court, and now Facebook is worth about $160 million, and the prices are still going up. Back to you in the studio.
Wow, I didn't know that Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook.
Now we have a fascinating report with the science behind the Deflategate.
Thank you, Harrison and Alicia. And hello, my name is Caden, and today we are going to be talking about the Deflategate. Did you know one of the Patriots game balls was inflated to 10.1 psi, when the requirement is 12.5 to 13.5 psi? Also, 3 out of the 4 Colts balls tested were under the limit of 12.5 psi. If a ball is underinflated, it is easier to catch and throw. Brady was not cooperative and destroyed his cell phone, which had a suspicious text on it. Bill Belichick's opening statement on underinflated footballs in a press conference was, it was possible his team's footballs were deflated during the AFC Championship game on Sunday, but said he's confident the Patriots had acted in accordance with the NFL's guidelines. Brady denied knowing anything about the deflations, and the judge decided to toss his suspension out. The judge said that Brady didn't know that he could be suspended for the alleged deflation plan or for not cooperating with the investigation. I personally think someone did this and then blamed the Patriots. Well, that's it for my report on the Deflategate. Now back to you, Alicia and Harrison.
Wow, I didn't know that the Deflategate happened in the AFC Championships games.
Now we have Zachary Lindholm with solar-powered cars.
Thank you, Alicia. Hi, my name is Zachary, and I'm going to be talking about Stella solar cars. Stella has made the first solar car big enough for 4 people. This kind of solar car is unlike most solar cars because it is not made for racing, although it did come in first in the 2013 World Solar Challenge in Australia. The World Solar Challenge was a 3,000-kilometer race that started in Darwin on October 6, 2013, and ran straight through Australia, then ended on October 13, 2013. This kind of solar car is better than electric-powered cars because for electric-powered cars, power plants still have to generate the electricity to power the cars. Solar cars use the sun energy to power the car. The car generates so much electricity, it's more than it needs to drive. This particular kind of solar car is also better than gas-powered cars because for gas-powered cars, it's 550 gallons of gas, which costs $1,800 per year. And for a solar car, it is 0 gallons of gas, which costs $0 per year. Stella designed these kind of solar cars to be efficient. They succeeded because they can go 500 miles on a single charge. Solar cars are the future of driving. Back to you, Harrison.
Now, wow, I did not know that solar cars could go 500 miles on one charge.
Now we have a commercial break.
Today we have the Carrier. It can hold books, papers, pencils, and other miscellaneous items along with erasers, and that it can also hold pencil boxes. And it also works on crutches, if you could hook it up to this. It solves holding paper on crutches. It can also hold pencil boxes, pencils, erasers, and other miscellaneous items. When we started, we made a folder for papers, but then when we came back to it, the whole thing fell apart, so we had to take that out. You can still put papers in there.
Some good things on the market today.
Nope, not at all.
That can help millions of people, Alicia.
Really? Do you buy everything you see on TV?
No. Anyway, next we have Liliana doing the art behind music.
Thank you, Harrison and Alicia. Hello, my name is Liliana from WXYZ. I'm here to talk to you today about music and the art behind it. Music is my favorite subject in school and out. You can turn practically anything into music, like school, jobs. Life is full of music. It's easy. Why does your heart have beats? Without music, there is no world, no art, no nothing. Sad, right? Did you know over 90% of people use music to escape their problems they might have in their life? Life is full of problems that not a lot of people can cure, like depression and someone in your family passes away. Life is full of problems. Studies show that when you're sad, you listen to sad music, it makes you happier and makes you feel better about things. Depression is very difficult to get rid of. Listening to 5 to 10 songs a day can improve memory, strengthen immune system, and reduce depression risk by 80%. Your favorite song associates with your emotional feelings or an emotional event that happened in your life. Most people listen to music when they're sad or they have problems they're dealing with. The type of music you listen to affects the way you look at the world and your perspective. When people are happy, they listen to music. They listen to happy music. When listening to happy music, you enjoy the music. But when you're sad, you understand the lyrics and what they're trying to say. Music can cure anything. You know and I know that music cannot cure diseases like cancer or diabetes, but it can help relieve the patient's aches and pains they might have. Amazing, right? Well, that's all I'm going to talk to you today. back to you, Harrison and Alicia in the studio.
It would be better with Imagine Dragons.
Isn't that your favorite artist?
Yep, but be quiet. It's your turn.
Okay.
Shh. Anyway, next we have Alicia with how crayons are made.
Hi, I'm Alicia, and I'm here to tell you about crayons. To start, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the history of crayons. Crayons are made from a waxy substance called paraffin. Paraffin was made in 1867. Crayons came around the turn of that century. The earliest crayons were black and sold to factories to be used as waterproof markers. Colored crayons were first introduced in Europe, around the same time as the black crayons, but both contained toxic materials such as charcoal and wax. So as you would believe, those crayons were unsafe for children. Benny & Smith Company had a large grasp on the educational market. In 1930, they made dustless chalk for chalkboards, which was safe for kids. They sold their first box of 8 colored crayons safe for school children to use in 1903. Crayons have changed a lot over the years. More materials have been added, such as glitter, reflective pieces, and scents. Back to you in the studio.
Well, I don't even use crayons, so next we have...
Thank you for tuning in to WXYZ.
Yes, thank you.
See you all tomorrow.
There has to be something in here.
Bye.
Aha, I found it. Okay, yeah. And then like the TV turns off and stuff. It'll make sense later.
Hi, I'm Ava.
And I'm Justin.
And we're from WABC. Today we are focusing on STEM. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics.
We are going to talk to you about the science behind the basketball shots, about how the Warriors train, about the Warriors and how they train, pandas, islands in Dubai, and weird hotels.
Now let's shoot on over to Justin with the science behind basketball shots.
Thanks, Ava. Hi, I'm Justin from WABC. The basketball shot is not just throwing a ball at the hoop, but it is an art you have to master. The degrees of arc on a three-point shot is supposed to be to 35 to 45 degrees when the shot leaves your hands. That will give you the highest percent chance of hitting the shot, the layup. The layup should happen one step away from the hoop. It can be taken farther, but will be harder to hit. Shooting a basketball should happen from your legs, not your arms, because we can put more power into the shot that way. Let me tell you about two of the best three-point shooters, Ray Allen and Stephen Curry. Ray Allen shot from his forehead like all others, but shot from his lower legs like no one else. Stephen Curry shoots on his way up like some, but not a lot though. He also shoots on a higher arc to get it over taller defenders, which gives the ball more room to go in the hoop, which also gives the ball more room to go in the hoop. Free throw. The free throw is sometimes shot with no jump. Once again, the shot comes from the legs. It is the easiest to shoot because there is no defender. This happens when you are hit on your way to shoot. It is not easy to make this shot when you are the away team because you have the fans screaming in your face. Dunk. The dunk is a shot where a player will come down the lane, jump, grab the rim, and throw the basketball down into the hoop. Players will do this to get the crowd going. The half-court shot. This will not happen normally, but when it happens, it is a miracle. This is when you shoot from the middle line in the court. This is not a shot you want to randomly take. So if it is a buzzer beater, do, but if not, don't. The lob is not a shot, but it is awesome to see. The player throws it up and another player catches it and dunks it. Full court shot. This is a lot deeper and is normally thrown with one hand and rarely happens, like the half-court shot. The hook shot. This is normally done by a center. Take Shaquille O'Neal, or for example, or Simbular. They do or did this a lot. It is when you make your arm. This is when you make your arm on a hook into a hook, and then release the ball. More dunks. We have already talked about this, but this is going to be fancy dunks. The 360 dunk is done by spinning in one full rotation in the air. The tomahawk dunk is when you pull your hand behind the back dunk. This is when you give the ball to another hand while in midair behind your back. Through the legs is the same as the behind the back. Just put the ball through your legs. A baseline throwdown is when you take off from the baseline and do a little extra something. The windmill is when you do a rotation with your arm. A corner shot is when you are by the baseline and shoot. I hope you have considered trying to play basketball if you have never played before. Now let's go to South School PE teacher Scott Lowndes.
Get over there. We're rolling. Are you ready? Yep. All right, Justin. First one's the layup. Jump up, put it right up against the glass. Go with the ball, right up, and in. The layup. Let's try the free throw. Right from the line. Shoot and switch. Switch. That's the one we wanted. He's got. All right, now the half-court shot. Hopefully you never need to use it. All right. If you do, make sure you got a good little head start. Really let it fly. All right, hook shot. Come around. Over your head. Are you ready? Roll right off your fingertips. Hook shot.
That was hard, but anyways, back to you guys.
Thank you, Justin. Wow, that video was cool. I bet I couldn't do any of those shots.
Now let's take a quick break and go see an ad for the Amazing Holder. It helps people in crutches.
It will help, like, if you're out in public or, like, if you're walking to class or you need a snack. So the snacks can go there. And then you can put pencils in there. Keys if you, like, drive a car. And then erasers and extra items. And it will help, like, people for when they can't hold it with their hands. So that's the neck strap. And that strap goes around her back, and it has a clip on it, so it's easy to get off and on. She can move around easily with it.
Next, let's jump into Sam's report about the Warriors and how they train.
Thanks, Justin. Hi, I'm Sam from WABC, and today I will be talking about the Golden State Warriors. First, the Warriors roster is Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Harrison Barnes, Andre Iguodala, Andrew Bogut, Brandon Rush, Leonardo Barbosa, Festus Ezeli, James Michael McAdoo, Ian Clark, Sean Livingston, Kevin Looney, Maurice Spites, and Jason Thompson. This is how the Warriors train. They shoot at least 50 free throws every practice. They also practice on fast breaks and passing. Passing includes using some muscle so the ball can get to your teammate without someone stealing it. Another thing they practice are dunks. They include using a lot of leg muscle so they can jump high enough. In the finals of 2015, the Golden State Warriors won the series. They versed the Cavaliers in the championship, and they won 4 out of 6 games. Andre Iguodala got MVP of the series. He won this honor because of his work on both ends of the court. He made major defensive plays and unstoppable offensive drives. My favorite player, Stephen Curry, is on this team. I hope you want to catch a game this season. Back to you, Justin and Ava.
Thank you, Sam. And wow, that's a lot of exercise.
Next, let's climb on over to Aiden with pandas.
Thank you, Ava. I'm Aiden, and I'm going to be going to tell you about pandas.
Giant pandas live in China in the mountains. They like to eat bamboo. The giant pandas is one of the most delightful and fascinating animals in the world, and is also one of the most endangered. About 2,000 giant pandas remain in the wild. We should do something about to help them, the giant pandas from extinction. I hope you enjoyed learning more about pandas. Now back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Aiden. Wow, that was cool. Pandas are one of my favorite animals. We are going to take our last break and go see an ad for the carrier. It helps people that are in crutches and people in a wheelchair.
Hi, I'm Becca.
Hi, I'm Ava.
Hi, I'm Liliana.
Hi, I'm Olivia. And we're the inventors of the carrier. The carrier makes it easy to transport markers, books, papers, folders, and other things that you might need to move around. We added sides and strings to hold it up, but the only problem is that it doesn't stay up very well.
Let's swim on over to Ava with Islands in Dubai.
Thank you, Justin. Hi, I'm Ava, and today I'm going to talk to you about the Palm Tree Islands and the World Islands in Dubai, which are both man-made islands. If you're wondering, Dubai is in United Arab Emirates. First, I'm going to talk about the Palm Tree Islands. They are used by celebrities only. They are made of sand and cost over $14 billion to make. The construction of the islands was started in 2001. Divers checked out the seabed and workers constructed a crescent-shaped breakwater from blasted mountain rock. One of the deepest parts of the island sits in 34 feet of water. On top of the blasted mountain rock is one layer of sand, and then there's 1 ton of large rocks and then sand again. Over 3 billion cubic feet of sand was used when making these islands. While they were making these islands, they made gaps so the water can circulate every 13 days so that the water wouldn't get stagnant. One unfortunate event that happened was during construction. 5 workers were swept away by a wave and 1 worker drowned. There's a 6-lane tunnel that connects the Palm Tree Islands to the beaches on the coast of Dubai. When these islands are completely finished, Nate Keel, the designer of these islands, expects 20,000 tourists a day. I would definitely love to go to the Palm Tree Islands, and I would also love to go to the World Islands, which I am now going to tell you about. The World Islands are an artificial archipelago of various small islands constructed in a rough shape of a world map. They are located in the waters of the Persian Gulf, 4 kilometers off the coast of Dubai. The only transportation between the World Islands and land are marine or air transport. The World Islands range from 250,000 to 900,000 square feet. If you're looking for a unique vacation spot, here are the places to go. Thanks for watching. Back to you, Justin.
Thank you, Ava. Those islands seem cool.
Now let's pack our bags and go to Becca with Weird Hotels.
Thank you, Ava. Hi, I'm Rebecca, and I'm going to talk to you about weird hotels found all over the world. The first unique hotel is Jules Undersea Lodge. This lodge is located in Key Largo, Florida, but it's in the ocean, so you would have to scuba dive 21 feet down to get to this hotel. The hotel is filled with compressed air to prevent water from filling the rooms. The ceiling of your room is made of thick, unbreakable glass, so you can see safe ocean animals swim over your head. I would love to go to this hotel because I love marine life and the ocean. The next hotel I'm going to share with you is an ice hotel. As you may have guessed, this hotel is made of ice and has to be reconstructed every year. It is located in Jokkasjärvi in Swedish Lapland. At this hotel, you can sleep on a bed of ice and snow, but don't worry, it's still safe. I would not want to go here because it's only kept at 5 degrees Celsius. Another weird hotel is a rotating hotel. These hotels are located in Dubai. They are 80 stories tall and have 79 giant power-generating wind turbines located between each floor. It takes 2 to 3 hours for an apartment to rotate 360 degrees. These apartments cost from $3.7 million to $36 million to buy. I would love to see these hotels move in front of my eyes and be in the hotel while it's moving. The next unusual hotel is the Kumbuk River Hotel. It is located in Sri Lanka. This hotel is shaped like an elephant. It is made out of grass and twigs, and on gusty days you can feel it swaying in the wind. If I went here, I would be afraid of the hotel falling down, but I know that it's still safe. Last but not least is the Sandcastle Hotel. This sandcastle is located in Weymouth in the United Kingdom. It was made out of 1,100 tons of sand. You can stay there for $15 a night in our American money. You will wake up to the sound of waves and fall asleep under the stars. I wouldn't really want to go to a hotel made out of sand because I would be afraid of the sand getting in my eyes. If you're a traveler, you would probably like to visit these hotels. I know I'd like to visit some of them. Back to you, Ava.
Thank you, Becca. That was so cool. I would love to go to the Ice Hotel. Thanks for watching. See you next time on WABC.